Hey, show some respect. Rolo is a national treasure. Greetings and welcome back to another Rolo-licious episode of the Vodkast. I'm your host, as always, Jason Oliveira. And with us today is the Rolos Dark with salted caramel inside. That sounds delightful. How can this not be a win for Rolo and candy all around the world? This is just like the pinnacle of success. Like, Rolo is already so good. Is there another candy that comes like in this form? Like, there's not really a lot of candies that come in a tube of chocolates. I've always enjoyed Rolos ever since I was a kid. It was one of the few candies that I immediately gravitated to. I love chocolate and caramel together, and salted caramel in a dark chocolate. Woo-wee, that sounds delicious. So without further ado, what is that, Felipe? This is the last truffula seed for the last truffula tree ever? Get out of here. I don't believe you. You believe him? I don't believe him. Oh, Billy! All right, now I'm ready. Sorry. Once again, it was a choking situation. I wanted to interrupt this current review and demo to give you a bonus review and demo. It'll be very brief. This is the caramel cold brew M&Ms. And they're like something I've never had before. They're really, the caramel on the inside is like, you know how when you eat an M&M, it's like a peanut. It's a peanut inside. The regular ones are chocolate. But they're all pretty uniform. These are bigger and more round, and they have caramel on the inside coated with a layer of chocolate. And they're really, really good. My friend Katie picked them up yesterday at Five Below, and she left them here. So needless to say, they didn't last. They were really good. So I'm going to give them a 9. Now let's get back to the Rolo review. Rolo is made by the Hershey Company. Now I got a quick little story to tell you about the Hershey Company. Back in the 80s, I can't remember what year it was. It was the early 80s, but my mother took us to go to Hershey Park in Pennsylvania. And there are rides and tours, and they show you how to make the things. And anywho, we get on this first ride, and Hidalgo, our pilot, was leading us through and showing us all the tours, handing out cocaine to all the kids. It was okay, like the 80s, everybody was just doing cocaine. And so, you know, the parents are freaking out, and they're going nutty on the boats. And Hidalgo, he fell right off of the boat, right into a vat of chocolate. He made it 3 steps out of that vat. That was it for Hidalgo. It was traumatic, horrifying as a child. You can imagine, I assume. Let's take a look at these. These are dark chocolate. I don't know that Rolo is one of those companies that doesn't really go outside its wheelhouse, and it doesn't really need to because it's perfect for what it is. So when I see something like this, when I see this tube in a different color, my eyes just lit up. I was like, what the hell is that? Rolo's turning Oreo on me? Who knows? Maybe there'll be other flavors. Right now, this is the only one I know of, and I'm not going to research it because I don't want to end up having to hunt high and low for anything else. I'm not going to smell this. It's chocolate. I'll smell it. All right, here we go. What a complex candy that is. It starts out rich and creamy, right out the gate. Just smooth, melt in your mouth chocolate. That quickly recedes to this like slightly bitter chocolate. Delicious. I'm not a huge dark chocolate fan, and I had no problem with what was happening in my mouth. Then the caramel comes through, and I was a little concerned at first because I wasn't tasting the salt of it. But as this flavor evolved in my mouth, the salt all of a sudden hit me. It's almost like it's like a salt core or something, or maybe timed release or something. You know, science. Science is crazy. I feel like I was very right in this case. Rolo has made something new, and they don't do it as often, so it's eye-catching, like I said. And I think a different flavor needs to be brand-worthy, and this is definitely brand-worthy of Rolo. All right, let's score these sons of bitches. I'm going to give them a 9. I think they're very good. They're very delicious. They're unique. The dark chocolate to salted caramel ratio is perfect. The evolution of the flavor in your mouth is something unique, fantastic, delicious, and I can't tell you enough that if you see it, if you're out at Five Below or anywhere and these happen to catch your eye, I would definitely recommend trying them out. I think they're super fantastic. And I think you're super fantastic, too. And I hope you've had a good time today watching the content that I've created. And if you love the content I'm creating as much as I love creating the content you guys are watching, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and then hit that little bell icon because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make someone smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today, tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit wackier together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, I'm Jason Oliveira. This is the Vodkast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road. Take care, everybody.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.